I like myself. I like my face. I like how I look. I don't know. Nobody will leave me alone. I like my clothes. I like my makeup. I like my jewelry. And that keeps happening, and now I'm crying my makeup off. Hello gorgeous, I'm Rue the Witch and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a very in-depth tutorial on this look. We're going to chat. I'm going to show you every single product that I use. I'll probably link them all in the description as well. And then at the end, I'm even going to crash out a little bit because I'm only human. Let's get into it. I am so excited for today's video. I've been wanting to make a full in-depth makeup routine like this for a while, but for starters, here is my bare face. I think the moment I really realized I needed to make a tutorial is when I posted a hair care routine and half of the comments were about my makeup in the intro instead of my hair. I was like, okay, heard. To prep my face, I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I love this, especially because I live in South Mississippi and it's very hot and I end up sweating a lot. I put a generous amount of this. This next step that I'm about to show you guys is actually a hack that I just figured out for myself recently whenever I rebought this primer. If you follow me on TikTok, you know I stopped filling in my eyebrows and I've just kind of been carving them out. Immediately after applying that really sticky primer, I kind of push my eyebrows up. And then I'll even take this brush, shape them, and kind of stick them down with it a little bit more. I almost use the primer as a gel. They just need a little shaping, that's it. I thinned my eyebrows out just a little bit a couple years ago, and when I look back at old videos of mine, this was such a good decision. I feel like it made my eyes look so much bigger. I'm probably going to end up saying this a lot, but starting off right off the bat, this is one of the most important steps in my makeup routine, in my opinion. I'm going to carve out my eyebrows, and to do that, I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and this is in shade Fair Beige. As you can see, it's a little bit too light for me, but that works with my makeup style. You can always get it whatever color you want to. Well, taking the brush, I'm just applying a little bit under the arch of each eyebrow, and I'm not going all the way up because I'm going to use a different brush for that. I'm just going right underneath. Now I'm gonna go in with this flat concealer brush. This came in a set from Walmart. It was only like $12. This is where the real shaping begins. Taking the brush and being as precise as possible, I'm gonna do a really straight line following the natural shape of my eyebrow. This is also amazing for when I haven't tweezed my eyebrows in a few days. It kind of covers up those stray hairs. I used to fill in my eyebrows way too dark and use way too much gel, and I think I'm just traumatized from doing that, so this is what I do now. Then I drag that concealer all the way down over my eyelid and I use it kind of like an eyeshadow primer. Looking good. Now for the other eye. Oh, that one was really satisfying. Bringing it up in the middle here. As you can see, I was definitely influenced with this by the 2017 makeup tutorials. God, I loved watching those. This is probably way too niche, but did anyone else watch so many of those makeup videos and the lip videos that they literally, like, I vividly remember that one girl that always had the bump on her lip, but she had the most gorgeous lip looks and lip liners and everything. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I think about her sometimes. Hope she's doing great. After I'm done carving them out, then I take the same brush and kind of just bring the concealer up in the middle. The only reason I do this is because there's been so many times where I've blended this part of my concealer with the Beauty Blender and I end up making the front of my eyebrows white with my concealer. Just makes it more precise. To add a little bit of depth back into my eye, since we just took it all away, I'm gonna be using the You and Me in Miami palette, and this is from JX. This was actually a gift from my mother-in-law. I love it. She said that she doesn't like the fun colors like this, so she gave it to me. I love the fun colors. Right now though, I'm just gonna use this light brown color. This brush was also in the same little Walmart set. I've had many different makeup eras in my life, and I have to say this one is my most complimented ever. Smudge that around right there. I'm not the best at eyeshadow. I first started watching Bretman Rock whenever I was like 13 or 14, and he would always just be like, blend, 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 blend. He said that most people who think they aren't good at eyeshadow just aren't good at blending, and so that's what I do, is I just blend until it looks good. Since this video is gonna be more of like my everyday, just my go-to type of look, I'm not gonna go crazy on the eyeshadow. I'm just gonna kind of add some browns, but we're gonna do more color up underneath. My eyeliner is from Judy Doll, and it's the Fine Line Gel Liner. This is where one of my biggest makeup tips come in. Learn how to hold the eyeliner, first of all. Learn how to do eyeliner according to your eye shape. I used to, for some reason, I think it's because I got called Bugsy in elementary school before I had really grown in my eyes. Well, to be honest, I never did. They're huge, and I love that. But I used to be really envious of that Megan Fox eye, you know, sultry wing eye look, and I used to always replicate it, and I could never figure out why it just didn't work, and it's because it's not for my eye shape. The wing straight up with big round eyes, if you have eyes that are round like mine, the straight up wing might not work for you, and that's okay. I'm going to show you guys what I do. I bring my wing out instead of up, and it gives me that effect without making my eyes look different. You know how in most wing tutorials they flick the eyeliner up like this? I'm gonna try my best to show you what I do instead. Starting at the corner of my eye, I bring the wing straight out. This is the only way I found that I can do eyeliner and my eyes still look very big and very me. Bring the wing straight out, and if anything, give it a little bit more depth underneath than on top, kind of like an upside down wing. Once you have your desired shape, I'm just going to connect that to my lid. People who have bad vision are gonna know what I mean. I have a worse prescription in one eye than the other. I wear contacts, so when I close my right eye, I can't really see shit like when I close my left eye. So this one usually comes out a little bit shaky compared to the left. I can't see anything right now. I'm just gonna wing it. Aha! Once your eyeliner has the essence of being even, you can start buffing it out. See, it doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be. I also want to say my right eye is a little bit more hooded than my left, and my right eye sits a little bit lower, so they're always a little bit sisters, not twins type of moment. And if yours is like that, that's okay. You don't need Botox to fix it. You don't need to go do the inverted filter on TikTok and try to like do your makeup to make it look even. We're human beings, okay? Your face does not always have to be a mirror image of the other side of it. That's okay. Anyway, same palette, but darker shade of brown. We're gonna take that one and kind of buff out this wing. I start at the corner of my eye and just pat it on there, flip it out. In little motions. Does that make sense? You see how when I open my eye, because of the little fold right there, it doesn't look fully straight? Sometimes I have to bring it higher right here just to make it look even. Work with your face shape and your features, not against them. Now that we kind of have a basis idea of what we're gonna do going, I'm gonna take a Little Angels palette from Flower Nose. This is my favorite palette in the entire world. I'm gonna be using the darkest shade. That's also the shade I use to redraw on my moles after foundation, but we'll get to that in a minute. Just like with the first layer of brown, start at the corner, but we're gonna keep this color and this layer closer to our wing and not bring it up as much. See how now it has like a nice little transition? Cute! Clean it up. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used on my eyebrows, and I'm gonna start from the outside and just kind of swoop it down like that. I don't want to clean it up too much because I kind of like for it to look smoky. That looks absolutely amazing. Thank God. Just like on my left eye, I'm gonna take this dark brown color to start at the corner of my eye and kind of flick it outwards. I'm not the best at describing things, okay? Bear with me. This is my first full influencer-y makeup tutorial, okay? I've done them on TikTok before, but something about YouTube just feels so official. I can't explain it. I actually think I need to make the swing just a little bit longer. The tiniest bit. See, that's better. Now that I have a little basis of the brown, I'm gonna do the same thing again. Take the darkest shade from the Flower Nose palette and pack it in the corner. A winged eyeliner look is like a bun. It has to be messy. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion! Some people like a slick back, some people like a sharp wing. I just like things to look beautifully chaotic. That's my vibe. That's probably just because I have severe OCD, and if I make things purposefully a little bit messy, it makes me focus less on it not being perfect, you know? Okay, it looks pretty good. I'm just gonna clean up the right side. I've gotta add like a little bit more right here. Now let's clean it up. Same brush, same thing. Now I'm going to curl my eyelashes with a very broken eyelash curler. I recommend just buying a new one. Don't know where I have it. I used to be so freaking scared of these things, and sometimes I still am, but I just wanted my lashes to be curled. I wanted it. So we're overcoming our fears. Being so dramatic right now. It's who I am. I noticed like a missing spot when I looked at it in the bathroom lighting when I got up to pee. There we go. That should have helped. Little curled moment. Okay, now the mascara that I actually just started using and I really love is the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Dark Brown Mascara. It's a very subtle difference, but I do feel like with how dark my eyes are, the slightly lighter mascara makes them pop a little bit more. Also, can we start a petition to stop with the whole self-loathing, self-pity, like, oh, I have brown eyes and I want blue? Are we just gonna act like brown eyes are not absolutely fucking gorgeous? Look. I look like a deer. I love it. I love it. Stop self-loathing and self-pitying yourself about brown eyes. Ugh, get a grip. So many beautiful shades. Have you seen them in the sun? Now let's apply this brown eyeshadow. Wait, not eyeshadow. Something I cannot preach enough though is that even though I'm showing you guys all the products that I'm using, I feel like technique is way more important than a product. So if you don't have certain things and you're just using what you have, the technique is so much more important in my opinion. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my mascara to make even cheap mascaras work better. To start, I'm going to scrape the brush across the top of my eyelashes like this. And this really gets the mascara on the ends of your eyelashes to make them look longer. Do this a few times. Now brush up like normal. Guys, I swear it makes such a difference. One day I'll have to make a video where I do it on one eye and I don't do it on the other, but I'm not gonna do it in this video because I want them both to look good. I've used a million different kinds of mascaras. I've even put eye drops in mascaras to make them last longer. And there's been many times, most times, where I just end up at the dollar store buying whatever is cheaper. And I promise you that trick makes a difference. If I want you to take away anything from this video, I want it to be that technique matters when applying makeup more than the price of the makeup that you bought. I promise. Here's the difference after just one coat. It's actually insane. Yeah, that's crazy. We're gonna add another coat later, but more towards the end. Now we're gonna move on to the face, the base. Not fully done with our eyes yet, but I'm gonna do the last little touch-ups at the end. That way they don't get covered and messed up with the foundation and everything like that. The eye makeup is the most captivating part of the routine to me whenever it's done. But my favorite part to do is the face makeup. It's so fun, it's so satisfying. I feel like I'm painting. But now that we're at a good stopping point, guys, I have to make another coffee. I'll be right back. Bag secured, period. They hate me, madly furious. I'm too chronically online. Okay, let's do my face makeup. You know it's getting serious because I'm tucking my hair behind my ears. They're out in all their glory. Using the same e.l.f. concealer that I did under my eyebrows with, I'm going to do all of the spots that I feel like you would normally conceal. I don't do anything special. A little bit under each eye, a little dot in the center of my forehead, on my chin. I do have a couple breakouts right here, so I'm gonna do a little dot over it. By my nose, I get pretty red around my nose. I feel like everybody does. And then I'm also going to put a little bit on top of my nose to give more of a base for whenever I contour it. Here's what we're working with so far, but I'm not going to blend it out yet. I'm gonna go in with what is, in my opinion, the best foundation ever, drugstore or otherwise. I've used quite a few different ones. And when I say I've used quite a few different ones, if I'm being totally honest, they're usually from Walmart. Sue me. So maybe it's not the best one out there, but it is the best one from Walmart, in my opinion. It's the Maybelline Luma Matte Foundation, the 30-hour wear. I get it in shade 120. Yeah, shade 120. It's a mix between a glowy and a matte, which I feel like is great for all skin types, especially if you have kind of a combination skin thing going on. They did originally send it to me through TikTok Shop. This isn't an ad, this isn't sponsored. But since then, I've rebought it myself twice, I believe. It's really good. The first week that I started wearing this shit, people were asking me in my comments for a skincare routine. That's when I knew it was really working as well as I thought it was. Shit, now it's on the table. Now the table can be blemish free for up to 30 hours. Now, do I know if it actually stays on for 30 hours? Fuck no. I usually try to, you know, shower, but I kind of just put that everywhere that the concealer isn't. I saw a video of a girl like a year ago who said, if your makeup never comes out right, then you're just not putting enough on. That sounds so simple, but guys, I swear to God, it changed my life. I was putting on a Hailey Bieber amount, but expecting to look like a porcelain doll whenever I was done. And it wasn't wasn't matching up. If you want your face to look very different when you get done with it, if you want your makeup to look very makeup-y, you gotta put that shit on. Don't be scared of it, okay? I'm kind of just blending out the outsides a little bit. Now that this has dried a little, I'm gonna take out this brush that I keep using. As you can see, this is a very useful brush to have. And before I blend it out, I'm going to pack the concealer under my eyes to make it as full coverage as possible. That's also why I let it dry. I also use this brush to really get in the creases of my nose, because I used to kind of skip that step, and looking back, I definitely had some makeup separation right here. Now that I've kind of packed it everywhere it needs to be packed, I'm going to finish off blending it with the Beauty Blender. I just went over my eye makeup a little bit. No one panic! Okay. One of my favorite bits is saying no one panic when I'm so clearly the only one panicking. We're gonna fix this. No one panic. Where's my freaking brush? Here it is. No, that's not it. Found it, guys. It was right in front of my face. Okay, now I'm just gonna try to fix this wing a little bit. Can't believe I did that. I'm usually so careful, but you're distracting me, said the crazy lady alone in the house, talking into a camera. Okay, it's fixed enough. I'm gonna blend this out before it gets too dry, and then I'll fix it a little bit more. I also blend the foundation just straight over my lips. It gives it a really good base for the lip liner to grab onto. Not sure if I said this, but any concealer that you add over your blemishes, don't blend that out at all. Blend out every other bit of concealer, but do not blend out the little bit that you tapped over your pimple or whatever. The only blending that needs to happen there is when you put your foundation over it, and that really helps cover it. When the little dab of concealer dries, it almost creates like a little pimple patch with makeup under your makeup. Is that the best for your skin? No, but this isn't an esthetician video. It's how I beat my face. Now that my concealer and foundation's done, I can finally finish up underneath my eyes. I'm gonna be using the You and Me in Miami palette again, but I'm gonna be doing that purple glitter shade right in the middle. Makeup has no rules, guys, but it's true what they say. Purple looks amazing on brown eyes. Also, I'm wearing my amethyst necklace, so matching much? I think so. Using the same brush that I did all of this with, I'm just gonna kind of clean it off on my hand. I do this really hard and then I rub it together. Perfect! I'm going to pack a bunch of that onto the brush. I couldn't decide what look I wanted to show you guys today because I kind of have two staple looks. I have the smoked out eyeshadow look and then my basic look where I just do a pop of color under my eyes, but I thought, why not blend them? If I can't decide which one to show you guys, I'll just do both. So that's what I'm gonna do. The only thing that I'm not fully sure of yet is which of my daily lip looks I'm gonna do because I usually do rotate between two of them as well, but we will burn that bridge when we get to it. I'm just gonna pack on a bunch of purple. Guys, I also hit 3 different social media milestones recently. I am so freaking proud of myself and so freaking appreciative of you guys. I hit 130,000 on TikTok, which is absolutely freaking crazy. 13,000 on Lemonade and 3,000 on YouTube. 333, which if you know me, you know why that's amazing since I've been manifesting this and working really hard for it. And I also work with the Triple Goddess. So that's just amazing all around. Been loving the number 3 lately. But yeah, 3 different milestones, 130,000, 13K, and 3,000 on here. And honestly, even though the 3,000 amount on here is the smallest number, to me, it was the hardest to get and it took the most willpower to get over. For some reason, I just kept psyching myself out about posting on YouTube, and YouTube is also a very slow platform to build on. You have to very much work for it, and I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. My videos, I am not a fast editor. It takes me a while to edit them. I'm not saying it's difficult, it's just time consuming. And so the 3,000 subscribers, when I saw that I hit that the other day, I don't think I've been that excited about hitting a milestone on any social media ever. I was just over the moon, so thank y'all so much. See how I put the purple underneath my eye and then I kind of drug it out to meet the wing? Looks so freaking good. Perfect blend of my normal makeup. My favorite thing to put on my inner corner ever is this silver color from the Flower Nose palette. It is the most pigmented glitter ever. Just look at that. That was one little dollop of it. I also mix metals in my jewelry a lot, obviously, since I'm wearing silver and gold right now, and I even have a lot of pieces that have silver and gold on them individually, like these earrings and this necklace right here. So a way that I incorporate that into my makeup is I'll often highlight my eyes with a silver glitter, and then I'll use gold for the rest of my face, and it ties the cool tones and the warm tones together. Cute. Let this be a testament to every eyeshadow company. Every time you don't put a mirror in your eyeshadow palette, we, the consumer, have to hold up a different eyeshadow palette and use a different company's mirror. I'm just saying, doesn't seem right to me. I'm getting all up close and personal so y'all can see this. It's so pretty. I love glitter. And this is why I wait to do the second coat of mascara until later, because I usually get shit on my eyelashes. Beautiful. Mwah! Chef's kiss. This little straight look at me taking this little straight fluffy brush. I feel so... Anyway, taking this straight little fluffy brush, also part of the Walmart pack. Now I'm going to use this gold glitter to go underneath my brow bone. Next step is another one of my favorites, the blush. And this is my favorite blush ever. It's the Flower Nose blush. As you can see, I'm almost out of it. And it's in shade Floral Praise. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And they also send you a little poof whenever you get it. Mine's really dirty. We're gonna ignore that. I'm a firm believer that you can use makeup incorrectly, and that's what it's for. So if you don't have a cream blush, but you have a lipstick, boom, congratulations, you now own a cream blush. They're essentially the same thing, just different location. I pack the blush kind of on top of my cheekbone, and under my eye or on the apple of my cheek. I love a lot of blush. Wait, no, actually, can I rant for a second? I'm going to rant. We're about to have a little chat and rant about the entire trend that was makeup blindness. Literally could not stand that. One of my least favorite TikTok trends ever. It was so freaking stupid. I might have ranted about this on TikTok itself, but I could write a 4-page essay about how and why I do not like that trend. I feel like people forget that a big part of makeup is self-expression, and it's not always just cover this up, cover that up, and fit into this little cookie cutter mold. Expression is a huge part of makeup, a huge part of it. You can express your identity, you can express your artistic style. Makeup is how so many people express themselves on a day-to-day basis. And I could not stand when that became a trend, and every single time that I would see a baddie with some gorgeous makeup look, without fail, I would open up the comments and it would be like, oh my God, she has blush blindness. Like, who's gonna tell her that she's got blush blindness? Who's gonna tell her she has got eyebrow blindness? She has got mascara blindness. She's got lip blindness. Who was gonna tell y'all that other people can have a different style, and that doesn't mean they're doing it wrong? Other people can dress different than you, and that doesn't make it on accident. Has that never crossed your mind, that what someone is intentionally putting on their body is just that? Intentional? And it goes hand in hand with this generation just being so embarrassed of everything. So embarrassed to be perceived as embarrassing that they make everything embarrassing for themselves first. It's the equivalent of like making a silly face in a picture whenever you feel ugly, so that if you look ugly, it's on purpose. That is why you guys feel the need to point out everything that could even possibly be embarrassing or cringy. And it goes hand in hand with that trend that's going around right now of like, oh my God, things that we're doing right now that's gonna be embarrassing in 10 years, things that we're doing right now that's gonna be equivalent to the millennial version of blah, 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 blah. Guys, I am begging you, just do what you like. Do what you like, wear what you like, express yourself. Individuality is starting to become a lost art because everybody wants to either be a copy and paste version of something, or when they do want to look like an individual, they want to buy an individual personality offline or off someone else. Be yourself. Now that I got that out of the way, I'm gonna put a bunch of blush on my nose. I get a bunch of comments, what is that on her nose? Is she okay? Blush blindness. So yes, this was personal. I like blush. I see that I'm putting this much on. My favorite contour in the world is the Maybelline Lifter Sticks. I use shade 35. It's like a neutral contour. It's not super warm, but as you can see, I'm almost completely out of it. And I tried to go to Walgreens yesterday and get some. They didn't have it. Then I went to the dollar store, tried to get it. They didn't have it. So I ended up getting this e.l.f. Halo Glow contour. I was kind of wanting to try it anyway to see what the hype is about because I've seen some people try it. I did give it a little swatch yesterday over the makeup I already had on, but this will be my first time incorporating it into my routine like this. But a few minutes ago, I said that makeup is more about the technique than what you're using, so I'm going to practice what I preach and show you that it is about the shape of where I place it. I do like usually a little bit of a cooler tone than a warm one like this, but that's okay. A little bit right here, a little bit right here, on the edges of my eyes. For some reason, there was a makeup trend going around for a while where people were putting concealer right here to lift and like snatch their face, but you do makeup just like you would paint a face. And if you were to paint a face, you never add highlights where you want something to be smaller. You add highlights where it sticks out. Anyway, I put that right there. Then here's the most important part. I obviously have very defined cheekbones, but I like to really define them because I want to look kind of like a Tim Burton character, especially since my eyes are so huge. I'm leaning into it, okay? I do this. Little dot there. And then I drag the contour down. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared about this looking so dark right now. This one normally doesn't look like that, but I'm doing my normal technique and we're just gonna pray for the best. Oh, I just got off the phone with my landlord and I'm really hoping that this is not gonna be too dry to blend, but we're going to continue. People get so worried about dragging their face down. I really don't give a shit about that. I don't want my cheekbones to look good. Contour. Hold on. This contour is contouring. It looks really good, even with all of the pauses of me not being able to blend it. I'm still probably going to use the Maybelline one on my nose so I can be a little bit more precise, but I'm not mad about this purchase, especially for it only being $10. I'm editing right now and this is so funny to watch back because that is exactly where my descent into madness started. Sorry in advance. Did my fucking ring light just die? Do you guys want to see what I'm about to use just for the sake of being able to finish this video and not have to move spots so I can keep my ring light on charge? It's my husband's work. It's my husband's like work extension cord. This bitch is like 20 feet long. I don't fucking know. All I know is it's long enough for me to finish my makeup tutorial. Yay! Back to the regularly scheduled programming of talking how much my contour is eating right now, but let's make it eat some more. Now using the Maybelline Lifter Stick, I'm going to contour my nose, but just like I said with the eyeliner and with anything else, follow your own natural shape. My main goal with the nose contour is I really like to enhance these lines right here that go almost into my eyelid and under my brow bone, and I also like to enhance this little dip right here. You see how I naturally have those two little shadows on top of my nostrils? I'm just gonna connect those. I dipped this brush, also from the Walmart set, into this, and I'm connecting them with a kind of curved line. You don't want to go up too high. No offense to Cindy Lou Who, but I don't want to be her sister. I don't want to be a who. I want to be that bitch. And just remember, anytime anyone tells you, you're wearing too much blush, your contour is too sharp, they don't get the vision. That's okay. After I add a little bit of the contour right there, we're going to start enhancing those lines. This is gonna look crazy for a second. You're just gonna have to trust me. See how I'm kind of just following that natural curve of my nose, but just darkening it? That's the theme of this makeup look. Enhancement and expression. And the way that I want to express myself to the world is enhancing my cheekbones enough to where people confuse me for Cher's daughter. That's my goal. See how we've done one side? Obviously that's not blended yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Slay. Now when you're blending this, you're not going to really blend the middle part. I kind of just blend down like this. See how I'm kind of just dragging it down? And it just made my nose very defined, like it made it set on my face. Now I'm just gonna add some of the contour straight across the top of it. I bring the contour here a little bit far down. I'm almost kind of trying to make a line right here. You'll see what I mean. And this is gonna be a little bit different on everybody. Everybody's nose shape is a little bit different, and that's okay. That always helps when I go in there and clean it up a little bit. Now I'm going to set this not with powder, but with eyeshadow. I just feel like it works better. I'm gonna take that shade right there, and I'm gonna set all of the contour that I just did on my nose. Now I'm going to do a very similar method, but on my lips. I like to contour underneath my lip liner because I feel like it just gives it more depth and makes it look more natural. I overline my lips, so I do a curve across my Cupid's bow, not because I don't like my Cupid's bow. I get a lot of comments being like, oh my god, your Cupid's bow is so beautiful, like you shouldn't be trying to get rid of it. I'm not trying to get rid of it. I used to do my makeup all the time where I would enhance my Cupid's bow, but I've just been loving overlining the top of my lip lately, and it's difficult to overline it while still enhancing my Cupid's bow. It's just easier to kind of swoop over it, and I like the way it looks. And that's another thing with makeup is a lot of time whenever you're doing things to your bone structure and to your features, I say enhance, but there's also nothing wrong with just being kind of expressive how you want to. I don't want to get lip filler because I change my mind a lot about the way that I want to look and the way I want to present. So it is so much easier for me to just fill it in with makeup, wipe it off, because the next day I might change my mind. So just like I did with my nose, I'm gonna take the same brush, dip it right here, go right over my Cupid's bow. My natural lips are very, very pale. They blend into my skin. So I kind of use that to my advantage and just put on the shape that I want them to be. See how just that alone gives them so much depth? I'm also gonna go in with the eyeshadow as well, but I'm gonna use the darker one. I'll show you in a second. Now with the contour, you're gonna want to go a little bit beyond where you're going to put your lip liner. That way it can set behind it and it looks like it creates like a little shadow of a flip. If you can't tell, I really like to sketch and draw and paint. I kind of apply those same techniques onto my face whenever I'm doing my makeup. So here's what the contour looks like so far on the top lip. Now for the bottom lip, because I like to have that full top lip, small bottom lip look. I don't know why, I just really like how it looks. Probably because I'm a huge Nessa Barrett fan. But I'm just gonna take this. That's kind of it under the bottom lip. I'm just gonna kind of ever so slightly give it a little underneath shadow. That's pretty much it. Taking this palette, again, I'm gonna use the darker brown shade right here, and I'm gonna go over that contour. This kind of bakes it, keeps it on, and also defines it a bit more. This is the newest addition to my makeup routine, and also the addition that I am the most obsessed with. Also, does that look unblended? I can't tell. Okay, anyway. Now, what? It's literally on charge. I don't know what's happening, but now I'm gonna do my freckles. This is my new most important part of my routine. I told you guys I was gonna say that a lot, but it's because I have a few distinct things that I feel are important and I do almost every single day. This is one of them. It's from Baby Go Freckle. I got it from TikTok Shop, and I have the brown one. I just feel like it emphasizes my makeup so well and adds so much depth. Adding a few dots to my nose, and then I'm using my finger to kind of stamp them. If you do apply freckles, apply them with your contour. I don't put my freckles anywhere that I've left highlighted, and it really emphasizes that contour. Take your time with these, because the first few times that I did a makeup look with it, looking back on those videos, I definitely overdid them a little bit. I still stand on the fact that I look cute in them, but I do try to make them a little bit more buildable now, where I do a few layers of them very slowly. My biggest problem is impatience. I'm at the point in my makeup routine where my hands are starting to get sweaty. This is how many I did around my nose. I'm gonna stop right here, but I'm also gonna add a little cluster right above my left eyebrow. I know that's kind of random, but I just feel like a little random group of them makes it look more natural. I don't know. I low-key put these on so bad. Oops. Okay, now that we're done with the freckles, I'm just going to re-enhance the moles that the foundation covered up. Obviously, you can skip this step if you don't really naturally have any, or you can just add some anyway. That's what makeup is for. I obviously don't naturally have freckles, but to cover up my moles, I'm gonna use this shade on most of the big ones, and then I'm gonna do a couple smaller ones with that one just to break it up and give it some more dimension. And I'm gonna be using this tiny little brush. It also came with the same set from Walmart. I feel like the freckles and just redrawing over my moles adds so much. We're almost done. All I really have to do is my lips and my highlight. Let's hang in there. I was torn about what lip combo to do today, but I don't know why I was torn because I'm gonna do the one that I normally do and I also get the most compliments on. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cool Brown Lip Liner and Clinique Black Honey on top. These two things separate, amazing. These two things together, life-changing. I just spit, sorry. You can tell I love this one because it's already so much shorter than every single one of my other lip liners. Here's how I do it. I put a line right down the center of my Cupid's bow. This is for reference to try and keep it centered. And then I start in the corner, go down like that, bring it up and connect it to that line. Might take a couple times to get it fully even. I think I'm gonna have to fix this. Yeah, you see the left side comes up more. That's okay, that happens sometimes. I fill in the top pretty heavily, but I don't fill in the bottom that heavily because again, I want the top lip to look fuller. Here's what you should be working with. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, we are so close to being finished, y'all. Now I'm going to take same brush that I contoured with, and I'm going to set this lip liner with that brown eyeshadow. When this much of your lip is fake and drawn on, you really don't want that shit to move, okay? You see what I mean about just swooping it over the Cupid's bow? I just feel like as someone with smaller lips, it makes it so much easier to give it that illusion of fullness. A lot of people hate on it, but a lot of people are miserable, so what does that have to do with me? Nothing. Now for one of the last steps, Clinique Black Honey. I'm literally almost out of it. My ring light just won't work with me today, y'all. Trying not to crash out. The brown and red together, gorgeous, gorgeous. For the final touches, I'm gonna curl my eyelashes one last time and put on a little bit more mascara. Oh my god, oh my god. Literally so frustrated, I'm trying not to cry. My landlord keeps calling me, telling me that somebody is going to be here in 30 minutes to finish the cabinets. I haven't even filmed the intro for this yet, and I have to do the dishes. And my ring light won't stop dying, yay! Yay! Now for the finishing touch, I am just going to curl my lashes. Yes, I'm curling them with mascara on. If they start feeling like they're gonna yank out, just don't keep squeezing. That's all I can say to that. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. I feel so rushed right now. Not trying to be mean to you guys. Oh my god, nothing will turn me into an angry, stressed, crying troll quicker than being rushed. I'm shaking right now. Okay.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I'm finishing this video later. I'm going to take a breather, let my ring light charge, clean the house, change my clothes, meet the freaking countertop guy, and I guess I'm going to take a breath, let my ring light charge, clean up a little bit more before the countertop guy gets here, and I'm going to finish this video when I have time. When will that be? I don't know. Nobody will leave me alone! Not me spending 3 hours on this video just to get anxious because people keep calling me. And that keeps happening, and now I'm crying my makeup off. Yo, what the fuck? I'm getting phone calls back to back to back while filming. My ring light literally is not working. It won't stay charged. And my landlord calls me to tell me that the countertop guy and him are gonna be here in 10 minutes. I'm in the middle of filming, and low-key all around me right now is a wreck because I've been filming and getting ready and shit. I just ruined my pretty makeup because I can't handle being stressed without crying. Hi guys, it's been 2 hours. Here's a little update. My counter's fixed. I hit a bowl. I was being a little dramatic because I was really overstimulated and really frustrated, and every single time that happens, I cry, which makes it worse, but that's okay. Fixed counter, hit a bowl. Well, I didn't fix the counter. Got my counter fixed, hit a bowl, fixed the parts of my makeup that I cried off, and now I am ready to finish this video. I'm gonna try and use this to separate my lash clumps from where I cried. This usually is not part of the process. Well, sometimes it is, but it is today. Ow. I did not plan on brushing the tears out of my eyelashes in this video. Now I'm going to curl them before applying the final coat. I feel like y'all are gonna get this because you usually get me, but nothing is funnier than the extremely chill mood of calm. Like the super chill, calm mood that you have after crashing the fuck out for no reason. After I do that, I always feel so like, okay, on with the day. Lately, I haven't been doing bottom mascara, and that has been an intentional choice. Don't get me wrong, I love, love, love bottom mascara, but I've just really been trying to emphasize how big my eyes are, so I stopped putting on bottom mascara, and I also stopped tight lining the inside of my eyes because it was just making them look smaller. Nothing wrong with having small eyes, I'm just really trying to embrace my features. Unique Black Honey, again, second time's a charm, I guess. Would you guys believe me if I told you that I got this from my husband putting it in my stocking? Nathan put Clinique Black Honey in my Christmas stocking last year. What a fucking man! What a man! That's man shit. That's a husband gift to wife. You know what I mean? Clinique Black Honey in the stocking. He also put 2 bags of edibles. It's okay to be jealous. It's okay. We have officially made it to the last freaking step. Can I have a round of applause? I hope I edited that in correctly. Okay, take any gold highlighter. The name of this one literally just rubbed off. I've had it for so long, as you can tell. Pieces are falling out of it. But just use whatever gold shimmery highlighter that you want. And I'm going to put it on my cheekbones. Ooh, so pretty. I'm gonna put some more under my brow bone. On the tip of my nose. Oh my god, you see how it just brings everything together? It's like everything is looking so good. Now I'm going to put it above the fake lip line I created. Yay. Also, are my lips blended enough? Now I'm going to put it on my chin. I love to highlight my chin. I have a very pointy chin. My mom used to call our face shape like a crescent moon face, and I love that. Now I'm going to highlight my collarbones as well. I've gotten comments before saying that this is weird, and I don't find highlighting your collarbones any weirder than highlighting your cheekbones. It's almost like we're accentuating what's already there. Nothing wrong with that. The makeup doesn't feel done until this step right here. Oh, that was such an unsatisfying pull. Until this step right here. There we go. Now we're talking. And this is the finished look. It's giving cheekbones. It's giving doe eyes. It's giving glitter. I'll give you guys a close-up of everything good and done. Obviously, I did cry it off a little bit and have to reapply. If it looks a little off, that's why, but we both know it looks good. I'm not gonna try to be humble. Like, I look pretty freaking good right now. There's like an entire monologue in Pride and Prejudice, the book, about how fake humbleness is just a brag in disguise, and I think that was one of the best things ever. It's why I don't even really bother with it. And sometimes people take that as cockiness or arrogance because people are used to people kind of pretending to not like something in order for people to say they like it. But I don't really do that. I like myself, I like my face, I like how I look, I like my clothes, I like my makeup, I like my jewelry. And yeah, I didn't really mean to randomly go off on a little tangent about that, but I like to be really open about it because I love showing women that you're not arrogant or a bitch for liking yourself. Just remember that. If you follow me on TikTok, you know that lately I've had an obsession with amethyst and tiger's eye being worn together. I'm wearing it on my necklace and on my rings. And I think it's another reason I've been really loving the purple shimmer with my brown eyes because it reminds me of the combination of amethyst and tiger's eye. And I love it. I have gotten more compliments on this current makeup routine right here than I have on any other makeup style that I've ever worn my entire life. So many people on TikTok and on YouTube were telling me that it looks like a real life filter. I'm gonna get up close and personal so you guys can see the details. No filter. Me posing and being all demure when I scroll back like 3 videos, it's me going, I'm filming this video later. Did I mention that I'm on my period? I'm on my moon cycle, sue me. If I have to shed my uterus every month and that makes me want to cry a little bit and drink a little bit too much iced coffee, so